Quick shout out to the 2 Uber comrades supporting my channel on this content Patreon, my partner. Thank you. And Independent Left News, should be some really cool stuff coming from them recently, or soon I should say, but I can't quite share what that is yet. Anyway, so I saw that, what is it, like the salaries of these top Twitch streamers were leaked, and it showed that I think Hasan Piker was making like $200K a month or something like that, right? Which again, like, I don't think that's super problematic or problematic at all, because again, like, a socialist perspective, a communist perspective is that, you don't have to be poor to have a, socialist system, but I think it's problematic from, Hasan claims to be a socialist, correct? But what is he actually doing with that, frankly, a massive amount of money? Again, what is the US working class, maybe average wage is 40, 50, 60K a year, medium income. But what is he doing with his money? He's not, as far as I know, he's not using a good chunk of that to, support different mutual aid, projects in the US or abroad. He's using it to buy that, mansion that or I should say not a mansion, but, fairly nice home. Was it like 2.7, 2.5 million, in a fancier part of, Los Angeles, right? In a nice neighborhood there. So he's, espousing, the socialist ethic, the socialist ethos, but what is he actually doing with that? Again, what is 200K a month? Average working class person maybe makes that, every 4 or 5 years. It takes them to make that what he makes in 1 month. So again, I don't have a problem with people doing well by themselves. I think that's important, but I think if you have that amount of wealth and resources and you claim to be a socialist, like, you need to be giving some of that shit back to the fucking people. Because again, like, there's no reason that, anybody, really needs that, amount of money when there's so many, people struggling, within the United States. Like, we have 600,000+ people who are, homeless. We have, tens of millions of people living in poverty. We have tens of millions of people who don't know where their next meal is going to come from, including children in the richest country on the planet. So again, I don't begrudge him for doing well through his, Twitch streaming and YouTube channel and whatnot. Like, he obviously has a, message and perspective that, a certain segment of the population that finds to be interesting and entertaining. I frankly don't consume much or any of his content as of late. I think he is, too often, a defender of the Democratic class, the establishment, particularly the squad in general, and doesn't really like to hold them accountable. I don't know, maybe that has something to do with him, playing video games with, AOC during a Twitch stream, or was it like Fortnite or something like that? So again, I don't think he's quite as, radical or edgy as he likes to paint himself as being. And what was it? It makes sense that he's kind of a stand for AOC and the squad. What did he have? Like that shirt where he was all, kind of, had the black jeans and the shirt that said make the rich pay or something like that. Then, you had AOC at that Met Gala wearing that tax the rich dress. So, I mean, I don't know, just something I wanted to kind of highlight. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with him making that amount of money. Obviously there probably is some, exploitation involved, because, he's probably not, he has people working for him who edits, his streams, makes the clips for YouTube, moderates his, channels or chat or whatever. Which is fine, but there's probably, definitely those people are being exploited for their labor, and he's, benefiting greatly from it. I mean, kudos to him for, finding a niche and putting in all the time streaming. But again, you're making fucking 200K a month. What are you actually doing with that? And correct me if I'm wrong, is he, giving money to good causes, good organizations? Is he trying to actually help, comrades on the ground, or is he just, enriching himself through this process? Because it seems to be more of the latter to me, which is why I think it's problematic, because the material conditions, like, there's so many fucking people struggling greatly in the United States right now. Again, we have fucking people, hundreds of thousands of homeless people. Like, I mean, I don't know. So just a bit of a rant, but let me know what you think. Because again, like, socialism doesn't imply you have to be impoverished in any way, right? Socialism is having a dictatorship of the proletariat, where we have a rationally planned, centrally planned economy designed to meet the needs of the many, as opposed to the capitalist system that we have now, which is only designed to meet the needs of a very select few capitalist class, at the top. So I don't know, just some thoughts. What do you think about Hasan Piker making, $200K a month and saying that he's a socialist? Again, reiterate, nothing wrong with him making that amount of money, but I think it's problematic when he's not really using it, especially to speak truth to power, because again, he seems to be a pretty big defender of the, squad in general, and doesn't really speak truth to power to them when they err in their ways, when they, aren't really doing the best that they can to, try to force change for, the working class who, desperately need it in the United States. He seems to be a bit of a stand, for them. And so again, I think that's another reason why it's problematic. He, claims to be a socialist, right? But he's not really speaking truth to power. He's not really analyzing he doesn't have, as Lenin said, concrete analysis of the concrete conditions, because if he did, like, he'd be doing a lot more to help people out with that $200K a month, instead of, buying that, nice, almost $3 million house that you just bought, recently in LA. So I feel like he's just kind of cosplaying as a, socialist, and he's doing well by himself. But I think it's, problematic when you have that label and you have this massive amount of reach and resources, but what are you actually doing with that money? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't really seem like he's doing very much to help people on the ground that desperately need it, right? Let me know your thoughts about this or anything else. Like the damn video if you like it. Subscribe for more content. Peace, all part of the people.